Hey, good morning, and welcome to the UroPatient podcast. I'm your host, Vic Senese, coming to you every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. If you're watching us live, you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and we added Kick, so you can even catch us there. So everywhere we're able to find our spot in social media, we're going to be there for you. Now, if you're visiting us for the first time, be sure to check out our website at UroPatient.com. Best place to learn more about the show. Also, best place to go and watch all the old episodes. We got a whole bunch of them there. And it's the best place to go and get our handouts, free handouts. What could be better than free? Going to see your doctor, download a handout, bring it along on your meeting. You'll be thanking me for it later. So we got a great episode for you today. Join us next on UroPatient.com. So today we're diving into a topic that's often whispered about but rarely discussed openly. Penis shrinkage with age. Is it fact? Is it fiction? As men age, it's normal to notice changes in the body. But when those changes involve something as personal as it can stir up a lot of concern and confusion. Today we're going to separate the myths from the medical facts, talk about what's really happening, why it's happening, and what, if anything, you can do about it. Whether you're experiencing these changes or just curious, this is a safe space for real answers backed by science. Let's get started. So, is penis shrinkage with age real? Well, when we talk about shrinkage, we're not referring to the temporary changes from cold or stress. We're talking about long-term anatomical changes. Fact or fiction? Yes, it's true, some shrinkage can occur, especially after the age of 40, but it's not usually drastic or something to panic about. As men get older, it's not uncommon to notice some changes down there, including a gradual decrease in penis size. This is usually due to a mix of natural aging and lifestyle habits. One of the biggest factors is a drop in testosterone. That's the hormone that helps maintain muscle tone and tissue health and sex drive, all the good stuff that us men need. At the same time, reduced blood flow, often caused by conditions like high blood pressure, hardening of the arteries, can also affect how well the penis tissues function and appear. In some cases, things like scar tissue from a disease called Peyronie's, kind of rare, so it's not a very common thing, but certain surgeries like prostate surgery or past injuries can also cause the penis to shorten or curve. Interesting story. I had a lot of patients that have had prostate surgery, and they would come back stating their penis was smaller. And, for the longest time, we kind of thought, no, maybe they're just, thinking it's smaller. But actually, a lot of studies have come out to prove that you actually will lose some penile length after prostate surgery. But nothing that's not so significant that you can't use it. Now, lifestyle choices such as smoking, poor diet, being overweight, or not getting enough exercise. Hey, I think we just talked about a lot of us, right? Can speed up these things by hurting your circulation and your hormone levels. The good news? Many of these factors can be managed with healthy habits and some support from your health care workers. So on average, a man might lose about an inch or less over several decades. Now you might say, well, an inch, that's not much, but the average length of most men out there is somewhere between 5 to 6 inches. You lose an inch, that's actually a pretty significant amount. Could be 1/5 the size of your penis. So it does matter. But over time, it's not going to happen all at once. So it's usually more noticeable in men that have health issues. Lifestyles matter. Smoking and a sedentary life speed up the aging process. Now, let's take a listen here, what I just said. Smoking and a sedentary lifestyle speed up your aging process, including penile shrinkage. Taking care of your vascular and hormonal health can make a real difference. The same advice that's good for your heart is good for your penis. So if you're my age, you probably remember when smoking commercials were a big thing. And there were actually some pretty interesting commercials out there. But one that I like to point out is the Marlboro Man. Now, the Marlboro Man may have symbolized rugged masculinity. Look at that guy, studly, right? But if he smoked as much as the ad suggested, his penis might be as short as his cigarette. So while this image was iconic, the reality is that a lifetime of lighting up could leave more than just your lungs gasping for air, could quietly shorten your manhood too. Smoking doesn't just harm your lungs and heart, it also affects your penis. The chemicals in cigarettes, the nicotine that you hear about, damage blood vessels, reducing blood flow, which is essential for strong erections and keeping penile tissue healthy. Over time, this poor circulation can lead to loss of flexibility and strength in the penis, making it appear shorter both when it's soft and when it's erect. Smoking also speeds up a condition called arteriosclerosis, where the arteries narrow and harden. Not a good thing. Further blocking blood flow and leading to tissue loss. So, what's the good news? Well, quitting smoking can actually improve circulation, causing a boost in erection quality, and in some cases, not guaranteeing it, but worth giving up smoking for, it may even help regain a bit of lost length. Your body and your penis will thank you for it. Now, diet. Oh my gosh, the American diet. It's killing us, folks. If anybody who's listened to the news lately, we know that Kennedy's out there trying to promote us to get healthy. There's a lot of stuff we can't control, but there's a lot we can. So while diet doesn't directly change the anatomical size of the penis, it plays a significant role in maintaining healthy blood levels, hormone levels, and overall circulation, which all affect penile function and appearance. Now, a poor diet high in saturated fats, processed foods, yuck, and sugars can lead to conditions like arteriosclerosis. We talked about that narrowing of the blood vessels, that reduced blood flow, not just to the heart, but also to the penis. You know, some people don't consider the fact that the vessels that go to the heart are actually pretty big. They're pretty big vessels. And as you get down to the penis, those vessels get really, really small. So sometimes problems with an erection could be the very first warning sign of some heart issues. Additionally, obesity, often linked to poor diet, can cause fat to accumulate around the pubic area. This is a big one, folks. We're going to talk about that some more. But it can actually visually shorten the penis. So sometimes it's not that the penis shrunk, but the rest of the body around the penis grew. So in contrast, a heart-healthy diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grain, and healthy fats support better circulation. One of the things that people don't understand is that you need fat. So you try to get all the fat out of your diets. That's not a good idea because fats help us to satiate our appetite or kind of help keeping you from staying hungry. So healthy fats are good. It's the bad fats you want to avoid. Hormone production like testosterone is affected by some of the foods that we eat, and overall vascular health, helping preserve both function and appearance in men of your penis. So when excess fat accumulates in the lower abdomen and pubic area, it can lead to the development of something called a pannus. It's a medical term that we like to use, but it refers to that apron-like fold you see in this picture here of that tissue, that fatty tissue that hangs over the genital areas. This fat pad, medically referred to as the suprapubic fat pad, can visually shorten the penis by burying part of the shaft beneath the fat. While the anatomical length of the penis remains unchanged, the visible length is reduced, which can impact self-esteem, sexual confidence, and hygiene. Quick story here. Now, one of the things that I have done in my career quite a few times is have to put catheters in people who couldn't urinate. And you get some men that have so much fat around the penis that it's really hard to find. And when you can't see it, it's hard to catheterize it. So a lot of good reasons to keep that fat pad down. Now, what causes that fat accumulation? Well, obviously, significant weight gain, severe forms of obesity, definitely. And the causes of those? Lack of physical activity. Get up off your butt. Start moving. Poor dietary habits, hormonal imbalances, low testosterone, which could be caused from other things besides what we've mentioned with diets. Aging, decreased skin elasticity also does that too. Now, this condition referred to as buried penis In more severe cases, especially when the entire shaft becomes obscured, like I just told you about, treatment often involves weight loss, targeted exercises, and in advanced cases, even surgical intervention where that excess fat and skin has actually had to be removed. Now, there's something that we refer to as apple belly syndrome, and I think this picture really kind of shows what it is. It's an informal term, often described as used to describe what we call central obesity. So, people get fat differently. Some people get fat in their face, their arms, their legs, their bellies, but some people get fat all in, their rear end. But when we see this accumulation around the waist, we call that apple belly syndrome. And people with this body shape are said to have an apple-shaped body as opposed to a pear-shaped one, which is what we should have. Why does this even matter? I mean, it's just a term, right? No, apple belly syndrome is not just a cosmetic concern. It's a major red flag for health risk. When we see somebody who looks like that, we know abdominal fat, particularly what we call this visceral fat, the fat that surrounds internal organ, is associated with a whole host of diseases that are bad news. Insulin-resistant type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol levels, all that can increase heart disease, lower testosterone levels in men, erectile dysfunction, and perceived penile shrinkage. Now, fun fact, that excess visceral fat, when we see this, we get really concerned about testosterone levels because it can inhibit testosterone. And you say, well, why is that? It actually produces estrogen. Yeah, the female hormone. So you're basically getting this fat around your midsection, which is producing all this estrogen, which is feminizing you, and it's inhibiting your testosterone, which is then dropping out your sex drive, causing your penis to shrink. All these bad problems can be helped by just diet and exercise. Now, when is it time to see a doctor? Well, see your provider if the shrinkage is sudden, painful, or comes with any other symptoms. There may be an underlying issue that actually needs medical attention. There's no magic pill. There are medical and therapeutic tools that can help men restore confidence and function as well as a healthier lifestyle, such as tuning into shows like this. This list that you see next to me here are some things that we use to kind of help improve the length of the penis. Many men feel embarrassed about these issues, and open discussion can lead to better outcomes and healthier esteem. One of the reasons I do this show is because it's one of the ways patients out there, feel a little more comfortable learning about what things are affecting them. And I'm hoping that this will be one of those things that will help men understand that you're not alone. This happens to a lot of men. It is a part of aging. So embarrassment can be a barrier to treatment. Now, what about the cold myth? Yes, cold water, even stress can cause temporary penis shrinkage, but it's totally normal and not permanent. Your body pulls blood away from the skin, including the penis, to keep vital organs warm or respond to stress. It's a short-term reaction that goes away quickly. This is very different from the slow-lasting changes that happen with aging or health conditions. So no cold shower won't shrink your penis forever. So, in conclusion, stay educated and connected. Urologic health is lifelong health. Thank you for spending time with me today. Your curiosity and commitment to learning are powerful steps towards better health. For more patient-friendly education and support, be sure to visit my channel and my website at UroPatient.com. I also look forward to continuing this journey with you. Stay well, stay informed, and remember, you're not alone.